If you're planning to apply to MacEwan's Studio Art program, the application process may seem a bit daunting. This video will help you to understand each part of preparing your application, from choosing your best pieces to uploading your application to Slideroom. Let's get started. To start off, it's good to know what criteria the jury will be using to judge your application. A panel made up of faculty members, who are experts in the field of contemporary art, will be weighing your application by 4 means: formal skills, technical skills, conceptual and experimental engagement, and the written statement. Let's start by talking about the written statement before we dive into the artwork-based criteria. The written statement, or statement of intent, is a way of introducing yourself to the faculty that is sent in with your portfolio. The main things you should cover in your statement of intent are why you're interested in pursuing studio arts, why specifically you're interested in coming to MacEwan, and your goals as an artist. There are many different ways you can cover these points in your statement while still making it your own. You might take this as an opportunity to talk about artists and exhibitions that have inspired your work, artistic themes that interest you, any volunteering or community engagement you've done in the arts, or any relevant cultural background or lived experiences that impact your artistic practice. You should specifically talk about your goals in the arts. Are you hoping to be a practicing artist, a curator, an art educator, a tattoo artist? Let us know where you see yourself after you finish your BFA. And if you have been to a MacEwan open house, seen the studio spaces, spoken to an advisor, or know any current students or alumni, you should definitely mention it in your statement. With the written statement out of the way, we can focus on the portfolio. As previously mentioned, there are 3 criteria for judging your portfolio pieces, the first of which is formal skills. This refers to your ability to put together a piece, which includes determining features such as the composition or color palette. A tip for showing off your formal skills would be to pick dynamic and visually interesting pieces. The second piece of criteria is looking at your technical skills. For this, you want to show off your ability to use and manipulate media to create a piece. If you have a specific medium you are especially skilled in, you can send in multiple pieces that show off your abilities in that specific medium. However, your portfolio should not be made up entirely of one medium. We want to see work that speaks to technical skills in a diverse range of media. The third piece of criteria is experimentation and conceptual engagement. We'd love to see work that is outside the box of what we might expect, whether it be through your use of materials or through the meaning behind the piece. Any context that may speak to your experimentation and conceptual engagement that is not immediately visible in the piece itself should be included in the piece's description. There are a few important things to keep in mind while picking out your portfolio pieces. Your portfolio should contain 12 to 20 images in total. Some of the image slots may be used to show detail shots or alternate perspectives of a piece. You need to include pieces that are drawn from observation, which is to say real life as opposed to reference images. We suggest submitting observational pieces that have taken an hour or more to complete. This can include portraits, figure drawings, still life drawings, landscapes, or gesture drawings in any medium. The drawings should aim to explore value, perspective, composition, line quality, or mark making. Generally speaking, we do not suggest including manga, comic art, character designs, or fan art in your portfolio. This program is primarily oriented toward contemporary arts practice, not the comics industry. We want to see original content made from observation or the artist's imagination, not recreations of other works. If you feel it is important to include comic-style art in your portfolio, please include a description with the piece to explain this choice. Please do not submit work that shows gratuitous, uncontextualized violence or nudity. If your work deals with potentially upsetting subjects, consider including a content warning. This can be done by writing content warning, followed by the potentially upsetting content themes at the top of your piece description. Once you select your pieces, it's time to document them for submission. If you have a good digital camera, we would suggest using that for the best image quality. However, if you don't have a digital camera, that doesn't mean you can't document your work. Many phone cameras are advanced enough to take clear, detailed images. Ideal lighting for capturing your work would be with ample, even daylight. This type of light will best represent what your piece looks like when seen in person. This type of light can typically be found by a window where the sun doesn't shine in directly, or where the sunlight is evenly diffused by window coverings or curtains. Natural light of this quality can also be accessed outdoors on an overcast day or in shaded areas. You'll just need a flat, even surface to attach your artwork to, such as a drawing board. If you have no access to natural light, white lights are ideal, as they more closely resemble the effect of a natural light on a work compared to yellow lights. We do not recommend using flash on your camera when capturing artwork. When capturing a two-dimensional work, you should make sure the piece is as flat as possible. You should align the camera parallel to the artwork, pointing toward the center of the piece. Try to keep the camera stable. If this is difficult for you, you can use a tripod or just offer yourself a flat surface to rest your hand on, such as a table. Try to leave edges around the piece to avoid accidentally cutting anything off. When capturing a three-dimensional work, try to create a neutral, empty background behind it. Arrange the piece as intended, and be sure to center the piece in the photo. We recommend taking multiple photos of the piece from different angles to find the best representation of the work. Any detail or alternative perspective shots can be included in your portfolio and be compiled into one image. If you're planning to compile additional images of a piece, don't go overboard. Too many detailed photos in a single slide will make it harder for the jury to see any details at all. For works such as video, audio, and performance pieces, you're able to share YouTube or Vimeo links through SlideRoom. To do this, you'll have to share a still image of the piece and add the link to the piece description. If privacy is an issue, you can upload videos as unlisted. The link will still grant the jury viewing access while keeping it hidden from others on the host website. Just be sure to watch and listen through any video or audio content before uploading it to make sure the quality is where you want it to be. With your pieces picked out and documented and your statement of intent written, it's time to upload the portfolio to SlideRoom. Before starting your SlideRoom submission, make sure you have already sent in an application to MacEwan University through applyalberta.ca, as you will need your MacEwan student number for the SlideRoom submission. Once you receive your student number, you can make a SlideRoom account using the same name used on your MacEwan application. Once you create your SlideRoom account, you'll be able to see an overview of the portfolio requirements before beginning. Images of your artwork can be uploaded directly from your computer or from Dropbox. If you've applied previously using the same SlideRoom account, you can also copy items from your library, which are saved in the SlideRoom system. With each image upload, you'll be given boxes to share the name, date of creation, and medium for every piece, along with a description. You may want to use the description to share the dimensions of a piece, as well as its context. Remember that for audio or video content hosted on YouTube or Vimeo, you will have to put the link in this description box. SlideRoom will offer you a text box for your statement of intent. It cannot be submitted through document upload. You can add, delete, and edit your images and statement as many times as you'd like before submitting your portfolio. Just remember to save your progress before leaving the website. Once you're satisfied with your portfolio, you can submit it. Note that once you submit your portfolio, you will not be able to edit it. Please note that SlideRoom is a third-party service with a $10 USD fee to submit the portfolio. To check portfolio submission deadlines, find program information, or to get help from an advisor, please visit MacEwan.ca/BFA. With all this information under your belt, you're ready to put together your MacEwan Studio Arts application. Good luck, and we hope to see you in Studio Arts.